Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Supernatural Files. What's going on? What? No. Time to get into my episode, also known as the Azazel File. Wow, sorry for that quick intermission. I just had to exorcise a demon inside me, and that demon is known as Azazel, one of the key figures of the Supernatural series that was on TV. The yellow-eyed demon was Lucifer's right-hand man on that series, but more than not, Azazel has been featured to be more than that. He has been featured to say that Azazel himself is as powerful as Lucifer himself. So let's get into the episode today. If you guys have not liked the video, click the red subscribe button down below, hit a thumbs up, notification bell to always on, and leave a comment down below. For you that don't know, Azazel is or was a fallen angel that was corrupted by not just the jealousy of God featuring humans as his own children, his greatest creation, but he tempted man, and in God's eye that did not sit well, and he was cast out of heaven for tempting man. Let's get into the background of what Azazel is. The word Azazel derives from the Hebrew meaning Azaz, which means to be strong, and the word El, which means God. This meaning has been derived through many languages to be saying God is strong, or God has been strong. God's strengths, or the strong one of God. According to some scholars, however, this compound could also figuratively mean impudence. For example, strengthen against someone, or impotent of God. Alternative, the name can be referred to the rugged and strong mountain cliff from which the goat was cast down. Azazel is a fallen angel whose evil influence led to the corruption of humanity, because he was a leader among the fallen angels. The Jewish book of Enoch commands its reader to ascribe all sins to him. Originally, Azazel wasn't a fallen angel. He was one of the angels' elite in heaven, a glorious man with wings on his back. When he sympathized with Satan, or Lucifer as he was known as an angel, he was cast down from the heavens unto the earth and became one of the fallen angels. Presumably, the evil that Azazel spread as a fallen angel corrupted his beauty as well. Like, Azazel was probably one of the most glorious, beautiful angels that God had ever created. By the time he became a major character in the Jewish and Christians' texts, he had taken on a demonic appearance. Azazel was one of the watchers that taught humanity how to make swords, shields, and other weapons. He also taught humans how to use makeup, use colors, rare stones, and crystals, and how to make jewelry, and how to beautify eyelids. God had seen Azazel's actions as sinful, as Azazel shouldn't have helped and taught humanity about all these revolutionary things. That's why Azazel was cast out of heaven and was labeled himself as a sinner. The Watchers, including Azazel, had the task to look over humanity, but they couldn't resist their lust and started getting sexual with human women. Azazel is also the leader of the jinns, which will feature jinns probably in a later episode. He is the leader of the jinns from Arab cultures and satyrs from the Greek mythology. He is seen as the god of justice and revenge and is a master of the dark magic. The meaning of the name Azazel is unknown, and it can only be speculated by which Azazel means. Azazel is the leader among the rebel angels. Azazel taught men and women about the arts of metalworking and cosmetics, but the Creator did not like this. He punished his disobedience by hanging him down upside down in a canyon of jagged, pointy stones beyond the mountains of darkness until the apocalypse, when the Creator may again require his services. Azazel in Jewish legends, a demon or evil spirit whom, in the ancient rite of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, a scapegoat was sent bearing the sins of the Jewish people. 2 male goats were chosen for the ritual, one designated by lots for the Lord and the other was designated for Azazel. The ritual was carried out by the high priest in the second temple and is described in the Mishnah. After the high priest symbolically transferred all the sins of the Jewish people to the scapegoat, the goat destined for Azazel was driven out into wilderness and cast over a precipice to its death. Azazel was the personification of unclean, and later in rabbinic writings was sometimes described as a fallen angel. In Jewish tradition, Azazel may be classified among the avenging angels. In Christian demonology, Azazel is a fallen angel, counted among Satan's hosts. His name is often used as a synonym for Satan. Apocalyptic literature from the early centuries of the Common Era describes sinners punished in the flames of Azazel. Azazel. Lure means go to Azazel. Is the equivalent of go to hell in modern Hebrew. Azazel is the master of herbalism and the occult arts. He rewards those who visit him with knowledge and information. Azazel is not below Lucifer's command. Instead, he rules besides with Lucifer. The Lord of Jinns, satires, and serum is known to be serious and straightforward. He can be very seductive to women, which a spellcaster can use as an advantage to attract women to the spellcaster. Azazel can control your life completely, and he has no limits and no authority standing above him. That's why we see in these movies and shows that there's a picture of a pentagram and there's usually a figure with the goat's head. That goat's head is resemblance of Azazel himself. So next time you see that in like a movie or show, you can just think, maybe they shouldn't be doing that. Maybe they're calling forth Azazel himself, and that is something you should never do. Occultists tend to work with Azazel because he is known as being a master of manifestation. He can get someone into a position of power and authority. He can grant someone financial and spiritual success. But someone must prove him or herself as worthy, and that often requires you to sacrifice something in your life. You should not be conjuring Azazel, because this next part we're going to get into how dangerous this fallen angel slash watcher slash demon can really be. He is a nightmare for his enemies, and when he wants to destroy somebody, nobody can stop him. There is no working exorcism that can cast Azazel out of a person. That being said, you can now be afraid. Or you can stop thinking of yourself as a victim and start thinking like a master. Azazel is straightforward, and he is not called Azazel demon. And that's what people type in to Google to find stories of the Azazel. They type in Azazel demon. He is not a demon. He is a fallen angel. Well, demons are fallen angels, but he has ascended to the higher of being on the same level as Lucifer himself. He's called Lord Azazel. He is no demon. He is a fallen angel, which is a huge difference. Fallen angels have powers over light and darkness. They have seen and mastered both sides. Now that we have covered the bulk of the Azazel history and lore, let's get into his powers and strengths. He has we're going to list them. His strengths are absolute strength, death inducement, evil embodiment, nigh omnipotence, power embodiment, strength embodiment, runic transportation. Azazel can randomly transport you to any place that holds any kind of stone with Nolgus or his runes carved on it by transferring his particles to another place. He has super speed. Azazel is twice as fast as a normal human. However, he cannot run for long since his body isn't very aerodynamic and bulky in size, making him fatigued if he runs more than 5 minutes. Super strength. He possesses supernatural strength. He can lift and break the hardest metals known to man with his bare hands. Contract. Azazel's most unique ability that create contracts that binds the person's souls to himself, giving him free will to make the person who signed the contract make them do whatever Azazel wants them to do. And lastly, his last strength and power is habeas corpus. The more souls Azazel acquires, the more powerful he will become, making his body go through these transformations. And these transformations makes him become more stronger than he was before, with no sign of stopping, as long as he continues to keep consuming the souls of the weak. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this exciting, thrilling adventure of going through what one of the greatest fallen angels in history, Azazel himself, a man that was so beautiful and so majestic to be rivaled with Lucifer himself. And for him to tempt human beings, God saw that as like a stab in his back. So with being stabbed in his back, God could only think of one punishment, and that was to make him ascend to earth and live out his days as a fallen angel. So if you are ever thinking of doing going to magic shops and magic spells and you see a body with a goat head, I implore you, do not go that route, because that will be conjuring Azazel himself, and there is no way and no possible way or outcome you can do to get rid of Azazel instead of killing yourself. So thank you for joining me. Be sure that if you like this video, hit the red subscribe button down below, thumbs up, click the notification bell to always on, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys on the next Supernatural series episode. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.